Over the past 20 years, Pokémon has remained one of the biggest franchises in all of gaming, but recently I think it hit a new level of success with the release of Pokémon Go. And of course, with this new augmented reality video game, some problems have arisen. So today, I'd like to discuss 5 cases when Pokémon Go went terribly wrong. One of the big things that Pokémon Go has been commended for by many who are even critical of video games in general is that the app encourages its users to go outside. While most games will have you sitting on your couch or maybe using some motion controls, this one has people exploring the world. While this exploration has mainly led to people finding a Diglett or a Sandshrew, one person actually discovered a dead body. When a 19-year-old girl named Shayla Wiggins was playing her game in rural Wyoming, she decided to go below a bridge to see if she could find any water-type Pokemon. But what she ended up discovering was a corpse lying face down a few feet away. The identity of this body has yet to be released by authorities. Since the point of Pokémon Go is to visit different locations in your area to see what can be found, the game needs to have a very robust list of places where they can guide people to go explore. While these stops are usually just parks, museums, and businesses, there have been reports of players being sent to residential areas. One man in Massachusetts who lives in an old church with his family has been experiencing some problems because of Pokémon. Since the game doesn't realize that the building is no longer a church, it has chosen the house to be a Pokémon gym, leading to people standing in his front sidewalk and blocking his driveway. Fortunately though, the homeowner seems to find amusement with the situation, with him even talking to the building's gym leader. One thing that people's minds quickly jump to when they hear about a GPS-based game is the risk of someone getting kidnapped. Even though abductions by strangers are a pretty rare occurrence in the United States, with there being much bigger risks in life such as getting in a car accident, it hasn't stopped many from worrying about being taken. This brings us to the news report of a teenage girl who was walking down the street playing Pokémon Go, when all of a sudden a van with a ladder rack stopped right by her on the street, blocking both lanes, and a Hispanic man jumped out of the vehicle and started walking towards her. The young woman explains that since they saw she was focused on her phone trying to find Pokemon, they thought she would probably be an easy target to try to abduct. Fortunately though, she was able to run away and report the incident to authorities. As to not get involved in any conspiracy theories, I'll just read the Wikipedia description for the Holocaust, which states it was a genocide in which Adolf Hitler's Nazi Germany and its collaborators killed about 6 million Jews. The victims included 1.5 million children and represented about 2/3 of the 9 million Jews who resided in Europe. Some definitions of the Holocaust include the additional 5 million non-Jewish victims of Nazi mass murders, bringing the total to about 11 million. To commemorate everyone who had died in this atrocity, along with informing new generations on what had happened, the United States Holocaust Memorial was opened. This museum has been a popular activity for those visiting the Washington, D.C. area for decades, with millions touring the location. But with the release of Pokémon Go, they seem to be getting a brand new clientele. It seems that recently a lot of people have been playing Pokemon inside the museum, with there being 3 Pokestops associated with the building, with many people working at the memorial finding it inappropriate. This has led to requests that these stops be removed from the game. Things only became more heated though when people started finding coughings on the premises, aka the poison gas Pokemon. This of course appears to simply be a coincidence though. It really is unfortunate that when something fun comes along that encourages people to go outside, there will always be a few degenerates that will try to ruin things for everyone. What I'm referring to is a group of criminals in Missouri that started using the app to rob people. How this worked was that the robbers went onto Pokémon Go and looked for stops in the game that were very secluded locations, then went there and waited for someone to show up so they could rob them at gunpoint. Fortunately, the police have made several arrests of the people they believe were behind these crimes, so players in Missouri shouldn't be too nervous. Even though many will be quick to say how terrible and dangerous this game is, just realize as long as you use some common sense by watching out for strange activity, you shouldn't be worrying about a hypothetical armed robber attacking you. Well, there you have my picks for 5 cases that Pokémon Go went terribly wrong. And for old time's sake, if you'd like, you can watch some of my older videos about Pokémon that I've been accumulating for the past 6 years or so. Anyway, until next time, thanks for watching.